Hey, it's me, back again for another vlog. Today was a decent day. It was really slow at work today because it was cold, it was snowing, so we had very little customers, which was kind of boring, but there was also some stuff going on. There was a little bit of drama with like a guest and one of like the construction workers. There was something going on there. I don't know what was going on, but it was a whole ordeal that I just like wasn't a part of. But it spiced things up a little bit. It was so slow, in fact, that they had us do like just like a bunch of cleaning and stuff, and unfortunately with cleaning, I got like 2 cuts today. Um, I already had this one on my thumb from like 2 days ago, from literally just like touching a lid and just like getting like a plastic cut or something. This one's the worst because it's on the tip of my thumb. So this one like sucks really bad. But then I also got today one on like the edge of my finger right here. You can't see it. Just from cutting bread with a bread knife. Yeah, cuz I'm careless like that, I guess. And then I got another one which is basically healed on like the side of my palm here, like from like scraping, like I was cleaning basically a wall with degreaser spray, and I think I just like scraped on like a sharp piece of metal or something, or like I scraped against the wall. I don't know how, but it was a clean cut, so it didn't like it did bleed, but it's not bleeding anymore, and it doesn't hurt. Like unless I like really jab at it or something. Um, and I'm also a bit under the weather today. Like I've been having like been coughing, sneezing, a little congestion. Probably just because it's cold, and I have a cold. That's my guess, honestly. I don't think it's anything too serious. So yeah, I've been drinking some tea. I have these like lozenges. I don't know why I say like. I love that word, lozenge. There's something about it that makes me want to say lozenges. So I have a couple of those with me as well. But my throat is fine right now. What else today? Got back from work, and I actually just now did a little workout. Not a huge workout by any means. I literally did like 5 push-ups and just like some like bicep curls. But that's better than nothing, right? And I added a new goal to do 5 push-ups every day. But if I can start doing 5 push-ups really easily, like no problem whatsoever, then I might slowly start increasing it. So do 6 push-ups, do 7 push-ups, and just keep increasing it until I get comfortable with that amount of push-ups. And then I'll start getting muscle, and I'll start working out and being more physically active, which is a goal of mine. I have a lot of daily goals that I have written down on my phone. So I have like flossing every day, writing something every day, reading something every day, uploading something every day, whether it's to this YouTube channel or to the gaming channel, which I also did today. I uploaded a video on my gaming channel today. Meditating every day, and then the new one I added, which is to do 5 push-ups. And also, not to mention, that Rugrats video on my gaming channel has 400 views. What? That's crazy. It basically doubled since I last checked. So that's cool. So that's definitely some motivation for me to continue uploading videos on that channel, and I just uploaded one today, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, writing something every day. I wrote like a very interesting, just like short thought piece about my day today, basically, but very over exaggerated. But it's better than nothing. That's the whole point, right? It's better than doing nothing. It's better than sitting around watching YouTube, playing video games, and not doing anything with that. So I'm making progress, and I'm really proud of myself. And not to mention, I'm also progressing in other aspects of my life. And I'm getting to know so many people, and maybe even a special someone in the near future, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm a big lover boy. I don't know how else to put it, but I love getting to know people, and I love getting to know people. Um, and I just really have a lot of love to give, and I'm trying my best to share that as much as possible right now, because I'm doing good, and so why not spread that positivity to other people? Am I right? And that's what I'm trying to do. I want to be a good person. That's one of my goals in life. I just want to be a good person. But I'm still focusing on myself. Don't get me wrong. I spent too long focusing on others and what they think. Now I have a healthy balance where I'm focusing on myself, but also, taking those opportunities to, make the world a better place. Even if it's very small things, I work at a fast food restaurant. I try my best to be as nice as possible to people. That's still contributing to society, and I'd say that's a pretty good thing. Even if I'm just like a minimum wage worker or whatever, it's still better than nothing. And that's all I want to do. I just want to contribute something to this world. And I think I'm starting to get that. I'm starting to progress personally, financially, emotionally, physically even. I'm improving. And that's a very good thing for me to see. And I can tell that I've been improving as well. Because also the Spotify Wrapped came out today, and I was like, holy shit, I listened to so many sad songs this year. But recently, I haven't been listening to as many sad songs. I'm listening to a lot more just like songs that I enjoy, songs that make me feel better, and songs that don't make me really sad. I mean, it's still fine to listen to sad stuff every now and then. It does, make you contemplate, and it does make you think about your existence, but listening to that music constantly is not good for you. And I learned that the hard way. So I have a much better balance now. I'm listening to a lot more like Ariana Grande, like gay hyperpop, like some indie rock, just like some stuff that's like chiller, nothing too drab, nothing too depressing, which is nice. It's a nice change, honestly. I love being preppy, and I love being all happy-go-lucky, and I love spreading that positivity to other people, because I feel like we all could use some positivity in our lives. And now that I think about it, it's kind of pointless to be sad. I mean, don't get, like, when I say that, it sounds ridiculous, but obviously sadness has a place in this world, but being that constantly isn't very fun. So it's okay to be sad. It's okay to have negative emotions. They're there for growth and for you to learn from them and for you to better yourself from them so that you can reduce those negative experiences, if that makes sense. It's kind of like failure, right? You can't go through all of life without failing, because failure is a key part of learning and it's a key part of growth. You cannot succeed without failing first. And so I think emotions play a similar role. In order to be happy all the time, you have to have at least experienced some sadness, because it's impossible to be happy all the time. That's just not possible. But what you can do is at least try to learn from those times where you aren't happy and say, what can I do so that this doesn't happen again? What can I do to improve? Sometimes things are completely out of your control, right? That's life, and that's totally fine. That's totally acceptable. But there are times where you get sad unnecessarily, or you over-exaggerate those emotions unnecessarily. And so my goal, at least for myself, is to minimize those as much as possible, because I find that I over-exaggerate my emotions very frequently, and I take things way too seriously sometimes. And so I find that by learning from those past mistakes, learning from those past emotions, I get the chance to think to myself before I react and say, is this really something I want to do? Is this a feeling that I want and should experience right now? And sometimes the answer is yes, which is fine. Sometimes technically all emotions are valid, right? Emotions, are sprung onto us, and basically all the time you can't really do anything to control them unless you're like a psychopath. Emotions are just a part of life, right? But you can at least be intelligent in the way that you understand and process your emotions. There is a thing called emotion regulation, right? So there is, an aspect to that which I can improve on, right? And I think it's good to have that as a skill, to be able to stay positive even when things are going horribly wrong. Having an optimistic attitude toward things, I'd argue, is better than a pessimistic attitude towards everything, right? Because in the grand scheme of things, like life in general, life is so short when you think about it. Like, I'm already 20. That's basically like a quarter of my life already if I die at 80. So I should spend less time, groveling in such minute things. And, just focus on, appreciating the things I do have. And focusing on making life as happy and as fun and as rewarding as an experience as possible. Because we're not going to be alive forever, right? Or at least that's the assumption. So might as well make my time here valuable and worth it, right? Because it's very easy to fall into that slope of life is meaningless. Because in the grand scheme of things, nothing matters or whatever. That's something I used to think. Life doesn't matter. We're all going to die anyways. Why should I care? And my response to that is, why not? Why shouldn't you care? Because this is, for what we know, the only thing we have. Why spend it not caring when you could care? Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm explaining this well enough, but it's like, why would you spend your days here on Earth being so pessimistic, always focusing on the downside of things when you could be focusing on the positives? Because there's just no reason to, in the grand scheme of things, It's like there's like that interesting dichotomy where you could very easily say life is meaningless, nothing matters. But then you could also say, life is meaningless, nothing matters. Why should I be sad when I can be happy? Like, you can think about life in both ways. But it's up to you on how you choose to perceive life, right? You can choose to be pessimistic, or you can choose to be optimistic. It's very tough to have like an in-between. Sure, you can flip-flop, and don't get me wrong, I do that all the time, especially last year. But I mean, like, why not be happy about life? Why not focus on the positive things in life? Why do you always have to be so picky about life? That's what I don't understand about most people. People always nitpick the most meaningless things possible and then make it a way bigger deal than it should be. Like, especially Twitter, that hellhole of a place. Like, I don't understand why people are so just like pissed off about literally everything. Like, even the smallest of things. Like, there's definitely some good stuff there. Like, I can see some semblance of reasoning behind it. But it's just like, there's so many other things you could be worrying about right now, and you choose to worry about this. Like, no thank you. I'd rather spend my time worrying about things that actually matter to me. Sure, they might actually matter to you as well. But if you don't like whatever it is, right? If there's something in your life that you don't like, why not try to at least change it for the better, or make some sort of sense with that? Sometimes things just need to be left the way they are. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's just like, I'll put it as an example, like Overwatch, for example, the video game. People get so fucking pressed over the most meaningless things. Like, this new hero got released, and people say that the design is shitty. And I'm just like, okay, and? Like, why does this matter? Sure, I understand that it's something you're passionate about, but I don't understand why you have to make such a big deal about it. Like, does it really strike a chord with you that much? I don't know. Is it like a me thing where I'm not passionate enough about stuff that I can't understand other people's passions about stuff? Or am I just so nonchalant about everything that I don't care, even though I do? I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just going to end the vlog. I've been talking for way too long that it's just evolved into meaningless whatever. Because I don't really know where I'm going with this anymore. Basically, all I just wanted to say was, just have fun. Just try your best to be a positive person. That's really all you can ask for in someone, right? Sure, we all have our shitty days, but you can at least try. Try to make it worth it. Try to make life worth it. For you and for the others around you as well. But obviously, just do what you feel is right. That's all I have to say. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.